Fellow Africans, thank you very much. And thank you all members of the African states, 55 of you, my people in Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Guinea-Conakry, Sudan, Libya, Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia. I always work and fight for you. Wherever I will be, I will make sure that we remove the cause of conflicts across the continent. Last night in Addis Ababa, I took down notes in my hotel, far away from the African Union, of which I swore never to see until Dr. Muhammad Faki Musa, or Faki Musa Muhammad of Chad, leaves that area, goes back in his retirement. I have been a critic of the way African Union performs, does its work, and the way African Union Commission has handled in the last 8 years the events of our organization. As an leader, I have not decided to break, to divide, but I've decided to give a serious message that until we get unity of purpose, unity that will bring us by removing several obstacles that hinder our progress, that make our progress impossible, we might not see the African Union we want. Ladies and gentlemen, last night was the day for the debate. I want to stand here to tell you the truth. I support candidate Raila Odinga'S. I support candidate, the former Prime Minister of Kenya, Raila Odinga'S. Why do I support Odinga? I support Odinga because he has the tools that are needed to bring Africa, the Pan-African zeal that he has, the Pan-African spirit, the spirit of mobilization, the spirit of facing the enemy, the spirit of making sure that Africa is united. The spirit that Raila has, none of the candidates that I saw yesterday has that spirit. I support Raila Odinga'S to take the seat. And I appeal to presidents of Africa, those who value some of us, those who see our voluntary work, those who have seen the support we have done, those who have seen the way we have stood against international agencies like International Criminal Court that has come to look for Africans, and they left the Tony Blairs, left the George Bush, left the other people to commit crimes. Those who stand by the truth in Africa. Let's get our African Union back. Our African Union has been recaptured. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to address one point without fear or favor. And one of the things that you don't get out of, don't threaten Matanga ever, because I will not be threatened. I'm not using a gun to fight, to bring back unity of purpose in Africa. I'm using the tools of analysis to bring back Africa. My tools of analysis engage me, debate with me if you want to defeat me. Don't threaten me. Several things have come out as a result of my support for Raila Odinga'S. One, I've received several telephone calls from some malcontents from some places in Africa asking me, why do you support Raila Odinga'S? I have reasons why I stand. My country, one, Uganda has supported Raila Odinga'S for the slot. I have no other alternative. Neither would I, if I had an alternative, support a candidate from Djibouti who has been funded, fully funded by external power called France. I am not going to do that. And I want to be very honest and candid. Now that everybody has seen a candidate, let's open up the war. Let's have the war. Let's have the war of intellectuality. Let's all campaign for our candidate. Let's convince the president by putting facts on table. 5 candidates from French-speaking countries have been leadership in the leadership of African Union or African Organization of African Union. 5 since it was formed. Us in the English-speaking section of Africa, which we call Anglo-Africa, and then Franco-Africa. 2 of them, 5 men, all of them have come from one region. It means French has been dominant in African Union. Although they start to speak English because everybody wants to speak English. Now, this is an obstacle that we are not going to keep quiet and go on as if I'm not a diplomat. I'm not. I'm an activist. I speak my mind. If you don't like me, thank you. If you like me, take my advice. 5 men since AU started, 5 men have come from one region of English, Francophone states, where we have the last one is here now, Chad, Mr. Fak Mohammed. The other one was Jinping. The other one, Konare. All these people, we have had only 3 chances. Only 3 chances. We cannot have another one from a French-speaking nation in the eastern part of Africa. Impossible. If it is not Raila speaking, I'm speaking my mind because I am old enough to have understood at my age of 69. I'm old enough to understand the politics of East Africa better than the people who are writing hate messages and hatred against Raila Odinga'S of the eastern of Kenya. I want to be candid. Why would we again give the same region, the same speaking people of Djibouti an opportunity to continue with French dominance? And yet we know very well what Djibouti is. Yesterday, one of the questions, and I want to thank the gentleman from Madagascar who talked about bases, foreign bases coming to our Africa. What are they doing? Who has given these people foreign bases in Djibouti? What are they coming to do? I want to thank you, Mr. Madagascar. But for me, I stand firmly behind Raila Odinga'S. The unity of purpose, the unity that he exhibited, the type of zeal, the stamina that Raila Odinga'S has for Africa, the struggle for the freedom of the people of Kenya. That struggle, that record, was pushed into good direction. He will remove conflict on the African continent. He will face the African continent conflict zones. He will reject bad elections on the continent of Africa. That is the man we want in the African Union. That's the man, the only person who can manage African Union, who can tell one president that, excuse me, these elections were not free and fair. We have cancelled it. We are not recognizing it. That is the man you need at African Union. We don't need a man in African Union who is going to tell me, like the Djibouti man, telling me to teach me economics, which he doesn't know. I need a person who is going, the African Union post is political. It's political. Let people understand that position is political, not a tutor, not a student, not a university student, a lecturer, not academic. It's political, politics of Africa. Yesterday, Mr. Raila Odinga'S touched on a number of things. None of the people touched them. Look at the universal Euro bond, where Africa can get money of its own, pay back. without us having handouts. Raila, congratulations on that. Look at people crossing over Mediterranean Sea. Raila, you made a point. Why should we have people going to Mediterranean Sea? Djibouti did not touch on that. They talked about teaching us, telling us. No. My fellow academics, I have made this clip because some academics called me, my fellow scholars of political science. I went to school before you. I don't want to name you here. If you hate Raila Odinga in Kenya, your hatred, let it remain in Kenya, but don't export it to an international forum. This is a Pan-African event where we calculate who has done well in Africa. And Raila Amolo Odinga has done so well for many people, has brought what we have in Kenya, in East Africa generally. I knew Raila Amolo Odinga way back in 1982. Since then, I have never failed to know that he stands for people's freedom. We have been all fighters of freedom in different capacities. He is able to bring that spirit. He grabbed the scenario so well. He summarized, he gave us figures, percentages, versus if we do this, we can get this, we can get that. He explained his role. In my hotel in Addis Ababa, I was very pleased, away from African Union. That's why most of you, the Kenyan delegation, did not see me. And I wouldn't like to be associated because I don't want to change your status with Musa Faki. Dr. Matanga and Musa Faki is just like a leopard with a sheep. Not because we hate each other, but I hate the policies that brought about the capture of African Union, French policies that destroyed the Moroccan type of politics that destroyed African Union. I am not a party. I speak my mind out. My government in the Republic of Uganda supports Raila Amolo Odinga. And I'm a Ugandan by birth and a man who lives in the diaspora. Therefore, I have roots in Uganda. I support what the government of President Museveni has said. If it has said for now, they want Mr. Raila Amolo Odinga, we shall take that route. And therefore, my support lies with Raila Amolo Odinga. For those who have written to me long essays, long insults, thank you. But it remains the fact, if you hate Raila as a Kenyan, time has come for you that sometime back, this same voice stood up. If I did not stand up in Africa, south of Sahara, sub-Saharan Africa, and the entire Africa, to oppose International Criminal Court, which had come on the continent of Africa, to take away innocent people. None of you was speaking. Those masquerading today, walking around, did not want, they wanted people to be taken to be jail. I refused. And single-handedly, I brought down that court. It failed. What I said in 2008, that there were no cases, became true in 2015, became true in 2021, became true up to today. All the suspects, where are they? Babugu, Bemba, Said Gaddafi, Uhuru Kenyatta, His Excellency, right, William Samoei Ruto, the 6 Ocampo, where are they? They are free because I was straightforward. I never hid my intentions, and I have never worked as a Mafiki Zoro. I hate people who work as Mafiki Zoros, traitors. I want to thank President Mnangagwa. The rest, I want to thank the younger men across in Senegal. I want to thank Mr. Adama Barrow. Remember my discussion in London when we discussed, I told you I'll take the satellite, my satellite, to liberate Gambia. Remember me, pay me back by supporting Raila Odinga. The people of Gambia, please remember me. for standing by you when you needed the help, when Yaya Jammeh was slaughtering you. It wasn't Besuda, it was Dr. Matsanga who gave you the satellite. You can attest to it. Thank you. I never asked you for money. I've never traveled to Gambia for any favors. Remember me, Faye of Senegal, that when Mark Sally was molesting you, it is only Dr. Matsanga who went on this television station, said, no, you are killing these younger men. Give them freedom. I thought Mark Sally was a Democrat, but later on I discovered he was not a Democrat. Remember me all the time. Mama in Ghana, Nana Kof, thank you. You have done very well. Mahama, we have struggled with you. Remember me. We have a difficulties in all places in Africa. Emerson Mnangagwa, I stood by you. Stand by us. Let's see. Chakwera, we have met. You know what I stand for. Pan-Africanism in me. I've never changed. Remember me, my in-laws in Angola. Stand up. Support Africa today. You are doing very well on that journey. Remember me, Ramaphosa. Stand up and speak up. We cannot have a one-sided African Union and one-sided where people who speak only French can run the organization. Let's have a mixture. If we have got one speaking in English in East Africa, let's get a French one in North Africa from Algeria. Remember me, Polisario. I stand by you, Polisario. I have been with you, Polisario. One day, Western Sahara will be free, free. I don't talk. I act. Western Sahara. Remember me, Ramaphosa. It is better. Remember me, Mama Suluhu. Nyerere's dream is in me. I speak my mind like a Nyerere. When the people doubted Nyerere in 1967, he recognized Biafra. The issue of Biafra still stands today. The issue of Abazonia, Biafra still stands as conflict. Remember me, the people of Sudan. I have struggled. I need peace. And I will continue to travel across Africa, across Europe, across in those meetings, voluntarily, to make sure that I bring peace to to Sudan. Remember me, the people of DRC Congo, Chitekedi, we have tried. We have stood by you. Just give African Union a new chance by voting Raila Odinga'S. Let the votes be counted. But I am not interested in people who hate Raila Odinga and bring their personal local problems in Kenya politics on international scene. That is not Matsanga. We did not accept that. If we want a debate, the Railas have done their debate. Come. I will call upon Jeff Koinange to call the debate. Call the debate. Call the debate, Jeff Koinange. Where are you? Call us. Let's see some of the people who are talking. I was in school when they were not born. Let them come and challenge me on this. Raila Odinga fits that office. Africa will have some sense of direction when it comes to removing conflicts and refusing enough is enough. Raila can do it. Thank you very much. My good friend David Lamy, thank you. Thank you for listening to some of us on issues like Zimbabwe. I thank you very much, David Lamy, and thank you for listening to us on issues of Uganda. Thank you. I will always fight for my country. I will not call for sanctions to kill my country. No, I'm not like a Mogane Changarai who fought for sanctions to destroy Zimbabwe. That is Dr. Matsanga. I have never, in the 40 years of being in the diaspora, ever told people to put sanctions on my country. I have differences. I solved them. We now talk. The war is ended. Everything is peaceful. Thank you very much. As an investigative journalist, a political scientist, a conflict resolution expert, an international expert at law, international affairs expert, I just want a better Africa. That's why I'm always on the run. Let's begin by having a better Africa with selection of a better candidate. That candidate is Raila Amolo Odinga. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Africa. Thank you very much. The people of Ethiopia, my younger friend, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, thank you very much for hospitality. Thank you for for keeping cool and for removing that war. I know there are still difficulties. You are sorting them out. Thank you very much. Otherwise, thank you, all of you. I will be addressing you from time to time on this platform. God bless. Thank you.